Okay, Eddie and Kendall, here's a quick tutorial on how to add your biohazard logo to the part that you've already built in SOLIDWORKS. I assume that's done, your side panel. Here I've just sketched up a rough, profile that resembles what you're doing. So the first thing we need to do is you need to open up that file that I sent Susan on email called DXF test, and you'll notice it just has the sketch, if you will, minus this text, we'll talk about that later, of your biohazard symbol. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to go in, right click this sketch and say edit sketch. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this sketch. So we're going to window select and say edit, copy. Okay, then we're going to go switch to the document to your actual part. We're going to pick a face and start a sketch. And we're going to go edit, paste. And now notice that sketch now is showing up into this part file. However, it's not correctly scaled, so we'll work on that now. Okay, notice we're in a sketch. So what we've got to do, we'll make sure everything's selected. We'll window select that entire sketch, and we'll go Tools, Sketch Tools, Scale. Okay, everything that's going to scale is selected over here, which should be everything since we window selected. Now it's asking us for a scale about point. Doesn't really matter. We'll pick the midpoint of this, and then we simply come over here and click the up arrows and down arrows till we get it about the size we want. Okay, we'll go with that. Click the green check mark. Okay, it's done scaling. Now we need to move it. So again, we window select and we go Tools, Sketch Tools, Move. Okay, now we want to move from everything selected again, and now we want to do the from to and pick the start point of where you want to move. It's really not important. Just pick a point and then move your mouse and just drop it where you want it. When you're done, hit the green check mark. All right, now we've got this biohazard logo roughly positioned like we want. Now we'll go through and create some features out of it. We're going to exit this sketch, and now you'll notice this sketch over here is going to stay unconsumed by a feature. It's going to be a base sketch. We're going to use it to pick geometry on. So let's cut out some of these inner profiles. We're going to pick this face and select sketch. Okay. Now we're going to use that existing sketch as geometry. If you cannot see this sketch, two things. Go up here to view and make sure hide all types is not selected. If hide all types is selected like I'm showing on the screen, you won't see that sketch. Okay. The second thing to check is if hide all types is not selected, make sure sketches is selected. If not, even though hide all types is not selected, you're telling it not to show you the sketches. The third thing that it might be is you'll want to click that sketch and make sure it says hide. Here if I click hide, it goes away. So of course if I click show, there it is. So that's a quick tutorial on if you can't see this geometry. But let's go back to what we were doing now. I'm going to go in here and pick, if you will, and say select chain, and it's going to select everything that's connected to that element I just picked. And I'm going to go up here and say convert entities. That just created a sketch out of that for me. Okay. Now, as long as the entities don't intersect, you can grab another one now and say select chain and convert those entities as well. Again, as long as they don't intersect each other, cross over each other. I'm going to do the same thing down here. Right click, select chain, convert entities. Okay, let's extrude those through the part now. So we'll go to features, extrude cut, and let's go through all. So we want to go through the entire plate, and there we go. Okay, I think you get the idea. If you wanted to cut out, for instance, these profiles, then you pick the face, start a sketch, same thing as we've done. Grab that, right click, say select chain, and convert it. Do the same thing here, right click, select chain, convert, right click, select chain, convert. Once you're done, create a feature out of it, extrude cut, again through all, so we're going all the way through the part, and there we go. Okay, I think you get the idea on that. Now let's talk about adding text down here, which we don't have in the sketch. And I don't recall the text that was down there. I think biohazard 1303 or something, but easy enough. We got to create a sketch of text and then extrude it through just like we've been doing. This is good practice. So pick that face and say start a sketch. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is draw yourself a center line horizontally across the part. And you'll notice that little yellow box with the horizontal line shows up. If you click right then and there, that means that you have a horizontal line. Okay, now click the text button. Pick up here, it's asking you where do you want to put the text. I'm going to say on top of this line. And now here it says type the text. So I'm going to type in the text. Okay. And I'm going to switch the font. As you can see, that's obviously too small. So I'm going to switch the font. And we're going to go to Arial, bold. And I don't know, let's take a guess at this here. 48 font maybe? I don't know. Try it. That's about right. There we go. Once that's in there, we click OK. All right. Now, if you don't like where that text is positioned, you can now grab this blue line and move it around and the text will follow it. Okay, that's the idea. That's the reason we put that line there. Once you get it where you want, click OK. And now go up to Features. And again, you probably guessed Extrude Cut. We're going to go through all. And we're going to say OK. And now we're going to get this multiple bodies. We need to say OK to that, and I'll explain to you what that means. What that means is you got this piece of metal out here floating in space, right? So we need to know, that we need to go in and create some straight lines in here, hook that together. Okay, we can do that. All right, so that is basically what you need to do to finish your part so that we can get it ready to do another operation to it and get it to DXF. Okay, give me a call if you have any questions.